Can you imagine attending a school board meeting and witnessing this? An elected official, meant to serve our children, apparently making a Nazi salute during a public session. What kind of message does that send? Before we dive into this explosive situation, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in US politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow. We're talking about the Deer Valley Unified School District in Arizona, where a seemingly routine dispute over scheduling a community study session has spiraled into a national controversy. Board member Kimberly Fisher is now facing intense backlash, including calls for her resignation, after video surfaced appearing to show her making a Nazi salute and uttering Heil during a heated exchange with board president Paul Carver Jr. The disagreement reportedly centered on Fisher's objection to holding a community study session on district boundaries in the afternoon, which she argued would hinder community participation. In response to Fisher's concerns and what she perceived as Carver's actions, Fisher allegedly made the deeply offensive gesture. Carver, for his part, stated he moved to adjourn the meeting because the discussion had strayed into an item not on the posted agenda, potentially violating Arizona's open meeting law. He emphasized that his actions were about following state rules, not about dictatorial behavior, and unequivocally condemned Fisher's gesture and comment, stating, "It is never okay to make those gestures and make that statement with those gestures in any environment." The district itself has moved swiftly to distance itself from Fisher's alleged actions. In a strong statement, the Deer Valley Unified School District declared, "The district does not condone, support, or endorse gestures or language associated with hate, discrimination, intimidation, or violence in any form." They made it clear that Fisher's views and actions do not reflect the mission, vision, or the sentiments of the district, its staff, or other board members. Adding to the pressure, the Deer Valley Educators Association also condemned Fisher's conduct in the strongest possible terms. Association President Kelly Fisher stated, "Any leader who uses a Nazi salute during a school board meeting is unfit for public service. There is no justification for this behavior." They echoed the calls for her resignation, warning of further harm to students and the community. Hours after the meeting, Fisher doubled down on her criticism of Carver in a Facebook livestream, repeatedly describing his leadership as dictatorial. She accused him of acting like a dictator and urged voters to reject him in future elections. Towards the end of the livestream, she drew parallels to historical dictators, mentioning Pol Pot and then stating, "All I could think of tonight was Hitler." Notably, she did not directly address the gesture itself during this livestream. Meanwhile, board president Paul Carver Jr. released his own video, explaining the limitations of the board's ability to discipline elected members under Arizona law. He described Fisher's behavior as rampant and repetitive and totally unacceptable and unprofessional, highlighting the frustration that while the community wants action, the board's hands are largely tied by state statute. The Deer Valley Unified School District serves over 33,000 students across northern Maricopa County, a significant community grappling with this extraordinary incident. So, what does this all mean? We have a situation where a school board member, entrusted with significant responsibility, allegedly resorts to a gesture synonymous with unimaginable evil during a dispute. This goes far beyond a simple disagreement over meeting rules. It touches on the fundamental respect and decorum expected from public servants, especially those shaping the education of young minds. The condemnation from the district and the Educators Association signals a unified front against such behavior, but the legal and political ramifications for Fisher are still unfolding. Will she resign? Will there be further disciplinary action taken by other bodies? And most importantly, what impact will this have on the trust between the community and its elected school board? This incident serves as a stark reminder of how quickly political discourse can devolve into deeply offensive territory, and the severe consequences that follow when boundaries are crossed. So what do you think about this? Is there any excuse for using a Nazi salute in any context, especially by an elected official in a school district? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one. This is a developing story, and we'll be keeping a close eye on the situation. Thanks for watching.